5-4 your final in overtime. The Hamilton Bulldogs over the Rockford IceHogs here at Copps Coliseum. Laura Barney here with Derek Wills. Now, where do we even begin with that one? What an emotional roller coaster ride it was for this team.
It certainly was. They were behind by a goal 4 times tonight, and I mentioned the hashtag Never Say Die Dogs, which we have been using for a few years on and off now, and I think it's a fitting one for tonight's game because the Hamilton Bulldogs never gave up on this game. They kept working their tails off, and they eventually picked up a pair of points, but they did it in very unlikely fashion, down a couple of goals with about 2.5 minutes left in the third period. They make it 4-3 and then 4-4, and then Louis LeBlanc completes what may have been his best game as a professional hockey player, getting the game-winning goal in sudden death overtime to go with his 2 assists. So an emotional win for the Hamilton Bulldogs, and they needed it.
Now, feeding off of what you just said, Louis LeBlanc having what you think is his best game so far. We're still early in the season, but what do you think took him so long to kind of step out of his shell and prove how good he is?
I think it was probably confidence. Louis LeBlanc battled a high ankle sprain for most of last season, just never really seemed to be himself. Had a really good rookie season, both here in Hamilton and in Montreal as well. Had a lot of success with the Bulldogs and the Canadians a couple of seasons ago, and that high ankle sprain 3 games into last season really seemed to mess up his sophomore season, but he had a really good offseason. Came in great shape, worked on his strength and his skating, and we're starting to see that pay dividends now.
All right, thank you very much as always, Derek, and we're going to see what our winning team had to say about this one.
For sure, it's a big win for us. We were very happy. I thought that we played a very good game. We were trailing most part of that hockey game, but we had a lot of scoring chances, and it's fun to see that we never quit, and we were able to come back and add that big overtime win.
Just tried to play my game. Like the games before was tough for me. I tried to not do mistakes, and that's not the way to play. I just went out there, had fun on the ice with my line mates, and went pretty good. Like our line played pretty good, like all the team, I think.
The lines of the young kids, ANDRIGHETTO, Duffy, and Nystrom, they had a few big shifts for us, and after that it seems like the bench got back alive, and we start to create more offense to get more chances, and this is how we were able to change the game around and came back, even if we were trailing the majority of the game.